Hello students. In the earlier part we have seen what was the background, long-term causes, what were the economical and social crises in the France. That reasons were the long-term reasons for the outbreak of the revolution. But some immediate reasons also taken place there. Events were taken place there that we are going to see in this part, the outbreak of the revolution. In the last part we have seen when King Louis XVI came in power, he found his treasury was empty. When his treasury was empty, he was started to think to increase the taxes to manage to meet with the expenses. So for managing these expenses, it was needing to increase the taxes. But in the France of the old regime, the monarch did not have the power to impose taxes according to his will alone. Alone, any monarch cannot be impose taxes on the people. Rather, he had to call a meeting of State General. It was needing to call the State General meeting, and the proposal of new tax would be passed there. After passing the proposal of new taxes, he can impose the taxes. The State General was the political body. The State General was a political body in the France. These were the representatives of the state. Three states were sending their representatives and they were called the State General. However, it was depend on the monarch when to call the meeting. When to call meeting, it was depend on the monarch. In the earlier period, the monarch before it, in a 1640, the meeting was called to increase the taxes. After 1614, to increase the taxes, the meeting was not called. So now, on the 5th May 1789, the Louis XVI called an assembly of the State General to pass the proposal for new taxes. On the 5th May 1789, Louis XVI called an assembly to impose or to pass the proposal of the new taxes. For this assembly, 1200 members were there from different states, from three states, 1200 people were there. The first state 300, second state 300, and third state 600. In this way, 1200 representatives were there in the state general meeting. The 300 of the first state and 300 of the second state were sitting in that rows facing to each other on two sides in the hall to the both side. These both state representatives were seated in the facing way. But the 600 members which came from the third state had to stand at the back. In the third state also the representatives who were came, they were belonging from the prosperous and educated members. The peasant, artisan, women were denied to entry in the assembly. However, their grievances were sent, their demands were sent with the 40,000 letters which representatives with their representatives. In the old regime of the France, the voting of State General was voting in the State General in the past had conducted according to the principle that each state had one vote. The voting was in that way, one state, one vote. So this time also the Louis was interested to continue with the same practice, one vote, one estate, one vote. But the members who came from the third estate were not ready for it. They were demanding one representative, one vote. The whole assembly should be vote there. All the members should be vote there. So one vote was demanded by the third estate. This was the democratic principle forwarded by philosopher like Rousseau. In a Rousseau written one book, The Social Contract. In his Social Contract, Rousseau written about the democracy. And while writing democracy, he written there one person, one vote, one value. The value of every person's vote must be same. But this proposal was rejected by the king. King not accepted this proposal. Every person, every representative will be voted there because he was interested to remain with the old principle, old practice, which was one estate, one vote. And now the third estate members were not ready to accept that old principle. They were asking for the democratic principle, which was saying one person, one vote, one value. This demand was rejected by the king, and when this demand rejected by the king, the third estate walked out in the protest. They did not accept it, so they walked out in the protest. After walking out, what these people had done, we are going to see in this part, in this paragraph. The representatives of the third estate viewed themselves as a spokesman for the whole French nation. The representative from the third estate themselves thinking they are representatives of the complete nation. On the 20th June, these people assembled, the third estate members assembled an indoor tennis court in the ground of the Versailles, and they declared themselves at the National Assembly. Their assembly is called the National Assembly, and swore not to disperse till they had drafted a constitution. Not only these people came together, they took the oath also on the tennis court. They will remain together till they will not draft the constitution which will limit to the monarch. They were led by the Mirabeau and Abysses. The third estate members were led by the Mirabeau and Abysses. Actually, Mirabeau was born in the noble family. He belongs from the noble family. But he was convinced of the need to do away with the society of the feudal privilege. He was interested to remove the feudal privileges. So he brought out a journal and delivered powerful speeches to the crowd who were assembled in the Versailles. This is the tennis court where these people took oath to forming the constitution. The another person, Abysses. The Abysses was originally priest. The Abysses was also priest. He wrote an influential pamphlet which were called What is the Third Estate? So both estate, from the first and second estate also people were supporting to form the constitution in the France. They were interested to limit the power of the king monarch. While National Assembly was busy to draft the constitution, the rest France was seethed with turmoil. In the rest of farms, the chaos was there. Difficulties were there. What difficulties were there? A severe winter was there. And due to this severe winter, bad harvest. Extreme winter. Due to this extreme winter, the bad harvest, no more production. The price of bread rose. Often bakers exploited the situation and hoarded supplies. The bakers exploited this situation and hoarded the supplies. After spending hours in a long queues at the bakery, crowds of angry women stormed into the shop. At the same time, the king ordered troops to move into Paris on the 14th July. The agitated crowd stormed and destroyed the Bastille, which was discussed on the first page with the for the introduction of this lesson, this chapter. This was the situation in the Paris or in the urban region of the country. What was the situation in the countryside? In the countryside also the rumors were spread. What rumors were spread in the countryside? The lords of manor. The lords of manor hired bands of brigades. These manor lords are hired, appointed bands of the brigades to whom it said, destroy the ripe crop. So, due to these rumors, the rumors which were spread in the Paris, we have seen on the first page, on the 14th July, the king was going to send troops and may he will order there, make open fire on the citizens. Through these rumors, due to these rumors, the revolts took place in the Paris on the 14th July and the fall of Bastille was happened. In the same way, the rumors were spread in a countryside also. The lords of manors appointed that bands to whom it is said, destroy the ripe crop. So automatically the people from the countryside also got feared, afraid. And in this fear, these people became angry also. And through this anger, what they had done, the peasant in several districts seized hoes and pitchforks and attacked Chatoks. Chatoks, it is the residence of the nobles, looted the hoarded grains and burned down documents containing the records of manorial dues. A large number of nobles fled from their homes, many of them migrating to the neighboring countries also. So in a urban and in a rural, in the cities and in a countryside, on a both way, the revolts were spread. Through these revolting subjects, Louis XVI finally accepted the recognition of the National Assembly. Louis XVI finally accorded recognition to the National Assembly and accepted the principle that his powers would from now on be checked by the Constitution. He accepted the principle, the power of his be checked by the Constitution. On the night of 4th August 1789, this is the night of the 4th August 1789, the Assembly passed a article, a legal document. With this legal article, they passed the abolition of the feudal system, the taxes, and the privileges of the clergy. They forced to the clergy also to give up their privileges. Tithes were abolished. The tax which was tithe, which was needing to give to the clergy, priest, that was also abolished. Not only this one, the property of church, the land which was owned by the church, also confiscated. By confiscating this land, government benefited at least 2 billion livres. So this much land was used by the church in the privileges. So now it was the belonging of the government, property of the government.